Okay, Jensen with the first ball. And wide to begin with, so not the way that Elise Villani would have liked to start things. Straight back over Molly's head. Well, I think maybe even through her hands, because that was struck with some power from Danny Wyatt. Oh, he's hit that cleanly. Danny Wyatt has space galore and uses all of it for the first maximum of the innings. It finishes the second over, the first for Strano's, the heat. Does she get it through? Yeah, she certainly does. That strike rate in the last two games of 193. There she goes, attacking the stumps, and Danny Wyatt stands and delivers to get the boundary.
Geez, lucky.
Chipped up and over. Doesn't go through with it completely, but the control is good enough to find the boundary. Change up. Danny Wyatt just puts the foot down the pitch, gives herself a solid base, and goes for a second six of her innings.
Gets a little stuck sometimes halfway.
Again, some bravery, trying to get it up and over the eye line of Georgia Redmayne. All that happens. Oh, hasn't got all of this at all. So sitting underneath it easily is Maisie Gibson. Finally, the breakthrough for the Hobart Hurricanes. And it is Georgia Redmayne, one of the two changes. Nicely under the back foot. Is it through? Yes, it is. Wonderful timing there from Danny Wyatt. Goes stump to stump, just holds her shape. That is glorious there from Danny Wyatt. The one before was nice. That is just superb. That's in the air and up and over the offside. So once again, the wagon wheel for Danny Wyatt is just getting strengthened more and more with the lack of protection on the offside. Oh, what a delivery. The wrong end gets through. The informed Danny Wyatt. That's the way to start your finals campaign, Amy Smith. And that's the one that slides on as well. Was there a little inside edge? No, says the umpire. It's been given LBW. Oh, was there an edge? Lee goes up. Graham goes up. Celebrate getting back into the Australian team with a wicket in the Eliminator and a big one of Amelia Kerr.
I think Laris will take it next over and target this short boundary, and hopefully some fireworks to come.
And based on that start, which was absolutely cracking from you, what is the magic number that you're sort of chasing on that surface, given you said it's just holding a tad?
Harris is out there. That's flat, and Harris is not going to miss out on that.
You can hear the Lee like,
As Vol gets a good piece of that and starts with a boundary.
What a lovely shot that was. It wasn't really the length to pull, but she backed herself.
She's gone for it. Only got one wicket so far in the surge at 9.5.
Lays back on it. That's nice. Yes, had the width to work with, but still had to find the gap, and is up to that challenge as well. Looks to go the same position, gets the same result as well. Hobart Hurricanes after it, but they won't track that down.
Score for the Brisbane Heat.
Change up again. Oh. Oh, there is nowhere you can bowl to her really in the power surge, is there? Because that is pure strength up and over the offside. Well, it's big. The question is, how big? Likes that shot, really likes that shot. Usually it's with a lot of power. This time it's with some finesse, both with the same results. And gets a low full toss on the pads, which gets what it deserves. As Harris goes bang. Catching practice for the crowd here at Karen Rolton Oval. Even if you're behind the marquee trying to hide, you can't. Keep your eyes bold. Stump to stump has worked for Nicola Carey. She got absolutely demoralised by Laura Harris. Slog sweep, favoured shot there from Jess Jonathan, but doesn't get enough of it. It's Rachel Treneman that sits herself underneath it, and it is her first three for Amy Smith. Wow. Heather Graham into the attack and picks up a wicket. The very first ball cleanly struck, but picks out Carey. And the Brisbane Heat will be just questioning
This could be the case today.
Well, the shout is catch it, backing back. And did she find herself out of position, Rachel Treneman? Long off. So she goes to the other side of the field, down through long on, takes on the fielder and wins that battle. 2-2-4 and 4 runs coming from Heather Graham's over. Yep, and that'll be a 6 for a first boundary of the day. I cannot believe it. Apologies, Amy Smith. What a way to finish off the innings, though, for Nicola Carey and the Brisbane Heat. The Hobart Hurricanes won the bat flip. They sent the Heat in the Eliminator. The winner, former international. And there is that swing. I'm used to seeing that kind of swing in Adelaide from Megan Shue. The swing as she goes after it. The field is set up. So with that thick outside edge, that will be the start of the run chase here for the Hobart Hurricanes. And tugs that off the pads around the corner. She averages 8 against the Brisbane Heat. She's got 8 already.
Every first ball so far. And second ball. And got away with that one. Got some connection on it and it races away for 4.
And drags that one down, gets away with it almost, because there's some poor fielding there from the captain and Jess Jonathan. And Elise Villani gets going.
Down.
Yeah, change of pace and delivery has not worked for Jess Kerr. Slashes, oh, and it would have been an absolute blinder. There's the short ball. It gets up about shoulder height for Lizelle Lee. She says, thank you very much.
Twice on 25.
Up, up, and over, and over. Working in boundaries here, Lizelle Lee. Yeah, too short. Villani clubs it. And a misfield, surprisingly, from Danny Wyatt means a boundary off the last ball of Jess Kerr's over. Captain brings herself on to try and find a much-needed wicket, and can you believe it? Back-to-back deliveries where the Brisbane Heat have let the bowlers down. A fumble.
Down.
The call was down. Charlie Knott does exactly that. And a chance for a run out, a better throw. May have made things interesting.
Just one frame forward. Yeah, thank you. I'm ready to make my decision. We can go to the screen.
Well, this is what manners gets you. It gets you the right call, because Julia Price, you're right, the bat did bounce up, but also the bat was short of the line. So from nowhere,
The readiness in her.
Catch it.
that's in the air, but through the field. That's all about timing there from Lizelle Lee.
Create opportunities.
The bouncer, Lee, with full extension on the hands, creates the power.
I think that's just shown by the fact she plays in leagues all around the world.
Another misfield there from the Brisbane Heat. Scott Prestwich won't be happy. I think that phrase, a little sloppy, will be getting expanded on. Oh, that's really wide, and if she didn't go for it, she would have got the wide. She has gone for it, and it has been her downfall. Lizelle Lee goes to Sipple. Shorter ball outside leg stump. Heather Graham gets her hands into it. Probably one of the reasons why she's back in the Australian team.
To bat up the order.
Yeah, pace off. The captain brings herself in. The pressure was mounting, and the Heat do what the Heat do so well. They fight back. As the reverse comes out from Nicola Carey, there is space to work with. She does it nicely. Has done it once. Has done it twice. Why not keep going to a favoured area and a favoured shot? Just to get this run rate required back in check. Boundaries needed. Heather Graham on strike. Wow, that's not just over the rope. Oh yeah, really nice. Full straight. We've talked about her smarts and her execution. Again, the pace off, she goes big straight away. The call is underneath it, and somehow Jess Kerr, has caught the ball one hand, and there's surprise on the field and the commentary box, but Jessica's like, what were you worried about? And Heather Graham, who has been working so well, has finally, eventually, been caught by Grace Harris. It wasn't pretty. As Jensen looks to go big, and Danny Wyatt finally settles herself nicely under a high ball on the boundary line. And almost, or maybe she has, didn't bowl her, but some smart work there by Redmayne. It's back-to-back wickets for Jess Jonathan. Treneman down on one knee, sweeps high and long and all the way. One hand, one bounce. Looks to go again, this time backward of square. And Sipple just sits back, relaxes. Take the ball on the bounce. Redmayne says, where are they? I've got to stretch a little bit longer, stretch out that hamstring a fraction more. But in the end, the run out off the last ball of the innings